Hello, it's Mrs. Medihani here again. Today I thought we start in Scratch using sound and backdrops to help us tell a story. And I've decided that because I've been busy rewatching Star Wars during lockdown, that I would set my story in space. But you can set yours in anything that you can find a number of themed backgrounds for. So as you can see, I've already got part of my background set up here, but I'm going to need more than one if I'm going to tell a story. So I'm going to go down here to the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to go on search, and at the top, it gives me the headings for some themes, and I'm going to click space. And I've decided that my aliens are going to start on this particular planet, and they're going to use a spaceship to travel to the planets they're going to visit. So all I'm doing now is I'm loading up all my backdrops. You'll notice that it leaves in the backdrop that you've loaded the last. So the first thing you're going to need to do after you've loaded in your backdrops is to go to the backdrop tab here on the left-hand side, click this, and make sure they're in the right order. So I'm starting on this planet, I'm taking a spaceship to travel to this planet, and then I'm traveling to this planet. So that'll do me. So I'm now going to go back to the coding page, but I haven't got anybody to travel anywhere. I haven't got any characters. So of course I need to go down here and choose a couple of sprites. It's up to you, of course, what kind of characters you choose, or whether indeed you choose them or you make them. But I've decided I'm going to choose two. And I'm going to go up to fantasy because I want something that looks out of this world, or rather, not out of this world. And I think I'm going to go to my friend Giga here. And to give her some company, I'm going to go down to choose a sprite, magnifying glass again. And this time, when I go on to fantasy, I'm going to click, I think I'm going to go for Nano. And I'm going to pop both of them on the surface of, oh dear, it's the wrong planet. So I need to go back on my backdrops, check that order again. Oh, I forgot to click back on number one. Make sure you click back on the first one that you want to show at the start of your story. So we're ready now to code. We've got our characters. We've got our very first setting. So the next thing is we need to choose our input. So you probably remember from our previous sessions, if you go to events on Scratch Online, you will get a series of inputs you can use to signal that your code should be starting what you need it to start. And remember, what you're looking for is you're looking for the ones that have got the curved top. We've talked about this in class. It shows that they go at the top. They're the signal to get something started. So I'm going for the sake of variety for when the space key is pressed, because it's good to vary your inputs. So when the space key is pressed, I need to start to tell my story. And I've decided, as I mentioned earlier, that I'm going to use sound today. And this may be something that we've used in past weeks using pre-recorded sounds. But this week, we're going to use it to actually add our voices in. So I'm going to click on sound, not on the code sound, but on the tab sounds up here. And you can see here that this is a recording that I made earlier. And I made this recording by clicking on the button down here and choosing the record button, the one that looks like a microphone. Now, when this comes up, you will probably get a message saying, can we allow your microphone? If you click yes, you can record your voice. If you don't, you won't be able to. And once you press this microphone button, you'll get the option to press a record button, and the record button turns into your stop button as soon as you're ready to stop the recording. So just to give you a little preview, this is recording one.
Nano and Giga
loved living on planet Splog. They loved living there a tremendous amount. In fact, there was only one thing they loved more than living on planet Splog. And I'll have to leave it on that cliffhanger for you so we can return to the code. So I've got a recording here that, as I say, I made by going onto the microphone button, pressing record, and then pressing that orange button there. And you can see that it's registering my voice. But I don't want to make another recording yet. I'm ready to do a bit more coding. So I'm going to go back onto code, and I need to go onto sounds. And now, because I've made a recording, I want to add the recording of the first part of the story. Now, when this recording has finished, which only tells me about the action that's going to take place on their home planet, I need them to take off in their spaceship, which means I need to change the backdrop. So I need to change the look of what it is that they're standing on. So I'm going to go to the Looks menu, and I'm going to click on Switch Backdrop, and I'm going to switch my backdrop to, when I go on the drop-down menu, I'm going to switch it to the spaceship. And if I were to click the space key now, Nano and Giga loved living on planet Splog. They loved living there a tremendous amount. In fact, there was only one thing they loved more than living on planet Splog, and that was going on exciting space adventures with their wonderful green spaceship. Come with Nano and Giga on a special journey across the stars. Now, your job is to continue a story on. You can start with space backgrounds if you like, and you could use the same characters as me, but you need to follow the pattern in this code. And all we're doing very simply every time is, after we've changed the background, you will need to go back on sounds. You will need to go back on the button down here, choose a sound, choose record, and you will then need to tell the next part of the story. When you press record, you do something along these lines. They got really excited as their rocket ship shot off into space. Who knew where they would land next? I'm going to save that recording, and it's called recording 2. So if I go back into my code now, I can, of course, go back into sound, play sound, recording 2 until done. And I think many of you at home can predict what it is that I'm about to do next. Yes, you're right. I'm going to go to the Looks menu, and I'm going to grab Switch Backdrop out again. And this time, I'm going to land that spaceship on Space City 1. Now, that's as much help as I'm going to give you this week. And I hope that what you're going to do is you're going to complete a fantastic story in Scratch, and then you're going to share it with your friends, your family, and who knows, maybe even your teachers. Take care and stay safe, everybody. Bye.